franchise best 9-0 on the road this season. They erupted in the first half, Rob, went up by 30. Cruise from there.
Yeah, they threw it in neutral in the second half, only 38 points. You know, and you got to think about it. AD and LeBron had that many points in the first half.
They had 39 in the first half.
Yeah, so it was one of those things where we talked about is just don't play the score.
Yeah.
Play the game, and I think they got a little shot happy there where a lot of guys was trying to force some things. And I felt like they didn't go to AD enough because he had the size advantage and he was killing them on the inside, but next thing you know, outside shots, turnovers, and a lot of bad things. And I think this is one of those games where it's a good learning moment, a teaching moment where you say, oh, look, we cannot do this anymore. Even though we got a chance to rest our big dogs in the second half, we want to beat people. We don't want to just, we want to beat them.
And if you are looking at the silver lining, I think Rob just hit it, though. You did go low minutes for your starters on the road. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, you asked me what I wanted the second half. That was one of the things I wanted was the big guys to get some rest. It almost, excuse me, it's almost like they took the fight right out of Chicago early in the game, and then the Lakers got bored. They were up 20-25. They just got bored playing. They took Levine out. Kobe White didn't have any impact on the game. Even Levine's points really weren't, impactful. So they got to realize that when they get a teams down, keep playing hard. Don't start getting sloppy. Finish the game out.
All right, guys. Chicago's own Anthony Davis standing by with Mike Trudell.
All right, Anthony Davis, after the last game, you mentioned that you weren't feeling great about your rhythm offensively. Looked like that changed tonight. Everything was going in. You got 11 of your buckets in the paint. What did you see against this Bulls team, and how did you get going early and sustain it in your hometown?
Just came out very aggressive. Like I said, I put a lot of pressure on myself to, be better, to help the team win. And I was able to see the ball go in tonight, which is very good. Not just about keeping it going, but I think it was a great team win. Got away from us in the third quarter. They had 33 points in the third, and we couldn't score. But then we got control of it again. But it's a great team win, and it's always good to get a win back at home.
Hey, different profiles from the win in Milwaukee, right? That game, you guys hit 19 threes. Tonight, it was 4 until late in the fourth quarter, but you scored in the paint instead. Does that just show you the versatility of this offense?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to rely on the three. If we're making them, then, that's fine. But, we can also, like you said, go in the paint, get to the line, and score from there as well. So tonight was one of those nights where the ball didn't go in from three. So, Coach wanted to make an emphasis of getting in the paint and touching the paint and make sure we get to the free throw line. So that was one of those nights where we just was able to dominate in the paint. And if threes came, then, we took them, all good shots. But, like you said, some nights it's going to be, threes, some nights it's going to be in the paint, some nights it's going to be on the line. So I think our team is well-rounded where we can win in different ways.
And last thing, quick for you, 9-0 on the road now, AD. Is that something important to you? Do you guys think about that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're going to have to win on the road. So it's one point of time in the playoffs, you're going to have to get a road victory. And, for us, it's home. We're struggling at home, and that's where we got to clean up. But, we just want to make sure we keep competing on the road, warrior mentality. And anytime we step on the floor, especially on the road, we only have ourselves here. So we try to rally around each other and make sure that we get the energy that we have to get road wins.
AD, we appreciate it, man.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Mike. Last 6 games, AD averaging, just under 18 points per game. Wasn't shooting many threes, just 1 for 6, 71% from the free throw line, just under 10 rebounds. But tonight in his hometown, he erupts for 37, 14 of 21, 2 for 3 from deep, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, and 6 rebounds. Big game. In AD's words after last game, I've sucked as of late. Not anymore, James.
No. And it's good, when players take responsibility. Some guys will just forget about it and wait for the next game or next practice and try to reconcile that. But when you verbalize it and you are aware of it right away like he was, he says, look, I know I'm better. I got to, get my mind ready to play from the beginning of the game. And tonight in Chicago, I don't know what home cooking he got, but whatever he got, that needs to be his pregame meal for the rest of the season.
Maybe they
She
can
got
put in the
busy.
containers for him to go on the plane.
Yeah, man. He got busy tonight.
When you hear a player of that level say that about himself, Rob, and by the way, you looked at his numbers over the past 6 games, guys are making $50 million with those kind of numbers, right? Guys in the league would kill for 17 and 10 every night. What kind of message does this send to the team?
It lets him know he's going to step up to the plate and take responsibility. And for him to go out and play in Chicago, his hometown, against a Chicago team that's not that good, it was like the great thing for a slump buster. He needed this slump buster to get out of that slump. And I guarantee you, he says, who's guarding me tonight? Marketing? Who? And like, he just goes out and just dominates. And that's what you have to do, not in just this situation, but in every situation. And I think the Laker team has to understand that. You never, just because he's in Chicago, use AD, ride his coattails, and sometimes let him eat. Not let LeBron always eat, let AD eat because he's the younger, hungrier guy.
James, I remember after that San Antonio loss at Staples Center, he came out, he called out the entire team defensively, held himself accountable as well. The Lakers go on a 6-game win streak, and the defense really tightens up, and now it's the #1 defensive rating in the NBA. You heard him say it after last game, what he thought of his own game. You expected this tonight, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of player he's becoming, and that's a big step, right?
It is for AD to come here, second year. You know, in New Orleans, he was their best player. And he led by example and probably verbally as well. But coming here under LeBron, he sees a whole new meaning of leadership and consistency night in and night out. He came here and said he wanted to be the best defensive player in the league. And he also took like an insult when he said, when we talked about the shot blockers not being here anymore, and then he came out and started altering and blocking shots. So, yeah, you need that type of leadership. You know he can score, you know he can play, but when he can verbalize it, especially the things that no one likes to do,